Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about a token called Pi token and Pi network. This is a token that is a little bit closer to my heart because even before I started making this series about blockchain in 2019, my very first content about blockchain, episode 00 as I called it later, was about Pi token. I mean, like I explained about Bitcoin and the concept of Bitcoin in a generic video, and in that token, I talked about a new token called as Pi token, which was in its infancy in 2019. So that's kind of the birth of crypto in my channel, I would say. So which is very closer to my heart. So let's look at the content today. So the main topics that we're going to cover is like I'm going to explain some history about Pi token for those people who have not watched my previous videos, and also the steps to convert your Pi token into USDT. How can you transfer it to an exchange and convert it into USDT now that the mainnet is live? And there are some frequently asked questions from Twitter and from the YouTube comments. I'm just going to collate all these questions. I'm going to answer all of them in this video. So first of all, this is one of the biggest free airdrops in the history of crypto. For literally spending $0, how people have benefited getting like more than, a lot of people have got more than $1,000. A few of them have actually got like $10,000 plus as well. So I'll explain how in this video. So as usual, I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not an investment expert. I'm just sharing all the things that I'm learning, and that's why I make all this content. You make your own decisions based on your own research, and never ever trust someone calls himself as a professional broker or an investment advisor, because they're all frauds and they'll target you for sending your money. They'll even include my name. Do not fall for it. Your money, you invest. I'm like I said previously, I don't have any close groups. I don't have WhatsApp groups or Telegram groups. I'm publicly active in Twitter and YouTube. So in X platform, Twitter platform, my handle is @Chennai to London. So even about the Pi token, for example, I had posted like about on Feb 23 itself, like immediately after the mainnet token came out, I posted a content about it. So in Twitter, I post in English mostly, and my if you're following the channel for English content mainly, sometimes it takes time for me to make the English version of it, but you can follow my X account where you can get these updates faster because they're mostly done in English, and it's kind of similar content that I explain in the video, but I just post it in a more detailed X post. So let's look at the history of Pi token, right? So Pi was a free token that we were able to mine from 2019. When I say mine, it's basically a tap to earn. So all you needed to do was download an app on your mobile phone, and every 24 hours, once a day, for just about 30 seconds, just need to go into the app, and there is a start mining button, and that will go on for 24 hours. And so at that point of time, I explained this in 2019 in one of my Tamil videos, episode 00. I'll give you the link. If you understand Tamil, you can watch that. In about 6-7 minutes, I explained with a lot of hesitancy, saying at the moment there is no value for it. I don't know if there will be value for it, is what I said in 2019. But it's free, and it's not taking up your battery or storage. It's just a tiny app that sits on your phone, and you can click on it and you can mine it. The concept is to try and distribute the token to as many people as possible. That was the attempt that they made in 2019. So when we started it in 2019, it was like 1 Pi token per hour, which reduced to about 0.5 token, but you could still get about 10 to 12 Pi tokens without referring anyone, and just doing it on your own phone. So which is like, if you had done it for even 1 year, you could have had like 3,500 plus tokens. So at a rate of $1.6, which is the rate that it's going today, this is like close to $4,500, $5,000 roughly for 3,500 tokens. So just 1 year of mining in 2019 could have gotten you nearly $5,000 for free without investing even $1 or 1 rupee into the token. So I'll explain what the subsequent mining rates were in the video. But Pi as a token is like already about $10 billion market capital and $150 billion fully diluted value. And after I made this video, Pi had gone up to $2.9 and had come down. So this is a phenomenal price range that even I did not expect. And I'll also mention the price range at the end of the video, which I talked about in episode 52. If you listen to episode 52, I think I probably said that it would go up to maybe $1, and because I had compared it to XRP at that point of time. I'll talk about the price prediction as well, for future price prediction as well at the end of the video. Now again, if you understand Tamil, you can watch this video where I had explained about the Pi token back in 2019 itself for about 6 minutes at the end of the video. This is about mainly explaining about what is crypto, what is Bitcoin, and history of Bitcoin. And I said this could be, potentially it could be the next crypto token. I didn't necessarily compare it to Bitcoin, but I kind of gave an analogy to Bitcoin to say that this could be the next people's crypto token. And again in 2023, in my episode 52, when in January 2023, episode 52, I made both in English as well as in Tamil. And in this video, I explained how to mine Pi tokens in very detail, like how can you download the app. Basically, there's a app called Pi app, and you can download it, and you can use I gave my referral code also in the video, ANANDTHIRU. And you can start mining immediately. So even in 2023, even if you had not done it in 2019, you could have started 2023. And in that video, I have also shown demo of how to do KYC and how to prepare for the mainnet. But even then I said, I don't know when the full mainnet will get launched. Even in episode 52, I kind of predicted saying, look at Flare, it's taken nearly 2 to 3 years. So potentially Pi could also take 2 to 3 years. So exactly like I said, back in 2023 January, I said this, and 2025 Feb is when Pi mainnet, open mainnet had launched. So nearly 2 years later. So it's all about patience. We've seen this time and again with all of the other blockchains. And this is exactly what I said in episode 52 as well. I also said that the rate of mining in episode 52 in 2023 was 0.02 pi per hour. So it had come down significantly from the 1 pi per hour, 0.5 per hour to 0.02 pi per hour. This is the rate even today. Or maybe it is 0.01 pi per hour, I'm not so sure. But you could have mined 0.48 pi per day if you mine it for the whole day, 24 hours. So you could have mined nearly half a pi even in 2023. So even in 2023 January, if you had started, you could have made about 175 pi in 1 year, which is close to, in the last 2 years, in 2023 and 2024, it would have been close to 350 pi. That itself is worth more than $500. So again, there is a value in starting early, which is what I keep explaining in my channel. But there is never a point where it is too late to start doing something, in my opinion. So even in 2023, had you started, you could have made about $500 at this point of time. Now even today, you can start mining and you will get 0.01 pi, which equates to about 90 pi in an hour. That, even today's rate, is still close to about $100, $120 roughly. And if the value of Pi goes up, this value could be even higher. So there is never a late point to start something like this, which is completely free. Now it might stop at some point of time, the free mining process, but even today it is possible to download the Pi app, put the referral code, and start the mining process. So I've given the links to that episode 52. If you want to see a demo of it, I'm not going to do a demo in this video. Given the links to that episode, you can go and watch it, and you will see how to mine the Pi token. And some of the comments from my episode 76, again, people who started mining from 2019 or even started late 2020, 2021, you can kind of go and look at the comments from episode 76. It's on YouTube. Most of these comments are already there. People have got 7,000 tokens, 8,000 tokens, which is roughly about $10,000 plus. I know a lot of my friends who've done it, who I had explained in 2019, and they were almost having, like most of them having above 5,000 tokens minimum, who had all started from 2019. Many people gave up, like in the middle, people had stopped mining. Even probably I had stopped mining for a few months, 1 year I didn't completely mine, I didn't open the app at all. So even I had done that, but initial days I had mined it regularly on a daily basis. So that's the value of patience, that's the value of doing something and believing in something. Especially when you don't have to invest money in it. It's just the time that was needed. Now, if you have done the mining, then you have till 14th of March 2025 to do your KYC. Know your customer. So there's a KYC process that I explained in episode 52. new slots are opening up every day. If you get a message like this saying for KYC verification slots are not available, new slots are getting open every single day. Most of my friends and family who started their KYC in the last 2 weeks have all got their KYC completed in 1 or 2 days. So if you are stuck in your KYC status, or if it is just showing that KYC is being stuck, you could go and actually go to your profile on Pi app, click on the update password, change the password to a new password, sign out and sign in again with your new password. Now make sure that you note down your new password. Otherwise, if you're trying to sign in and you don't have a password, you might again have to go through a password reset. So sometimes when people's KYC is showing us stuck for some reason, this hack, logging out and logging in, it's probably a transient status, and it shows that KYC has completed. But even without this, a lot of people I know have got their KYC fully completed. So once your migration fully completes, your status should show like this, the KYC result should be completed, migrate to mainnet should also completed. But this probably the 9th step or the last step of migrate to mainnet will probably show as green only for people who have done the KYC back in 2023 itself. Like if you watched my video in 2023 and done the KYC that time itself, then that batch has already been migrated to mainnet. If you have only recently done the KYC in the last few days, this could be pending and this could be showing up in orange. And potentially, I think after the KYC deadline passes, 14th March 2025, that is when the second batch will probably run, and your KYC will probably, your tokens will get migrated to mainnet. So you might see that your tokens are stuck in the last step, which is migrate to mainnet, if you have only recently done the KYC. So if your tokens are migrated to mainnet, then you can log into Pi browser. So I explained how you can install Pi browser, create a new wallet. All of that I've explained in episode 52. So if you are watching this without watching episode 52, I strongly recommend that you watch that video at least for that 6 minutes, where I explain the process of installing Pi browser, creating a new wallet, making sure that you are noting down your secret phrase and everything. Because if you skip it and you come into this video, you will not understand anything. So there was 1 or 2 comments about you haven't explained about the Pi browser. I have already explained it in the previous video in episode 52. So I'm not going to repeat everything. So if you come into the Pi browser and if your token status is showing as migrated to mainnet, you will see that your tokens are either in the available balance or it might be in the active lockups. So it will be showing in the total balance, but your available balance might be showing as 0 Pi. So then click on lockups. There's a button called lockups. If you click on lockups, if you have selected the 2-week period instead of the 3-year period, then it will be showing up in your movable lockups. So you can select from there and say move to available balance. If you have selected a longer lockup period, like I had done 50% as I explained in the 6 months and 50% I explained in the episode 52. So my tokens, 50% of my tokens will be locked up till 2025 June, because that is when the 6-month lockup will end. So I can't unlock till that point of time. In June, this will move to movable lockups and I can go and select it and say move to the available balance. So if you've locked it for 3 years, then you don't have a choice here at the moment. You have to wait till it becomes movable lockup at that point of time. So, which is again one of the points that I explained in my video in episode 52. Now that you've done this, it will show up in your available balance as this much Pi is available. So this is the first step as part of your Pi browser to make sure that you've got some available balance to trade or to move to a centralized exchange. Now you can go to any supported exchange. There are about 5 supported exchanges. I've shown it in the FAQ in the later part of this video. I'm using MEXC. So I've also given the referral link in my description if you want to sign up. If you're not signed up for MEXC, especially if you're in UK, you cannot download the mobile app, but you can, on your mobile browser, you can click on the link, go to a browser window, and you can sign up as a new user in UK, and you can do the whole process. I know people who have been able to sign up in UK as a new user in UK also, and in many other countries. But it could be restricted in India. But again, there's a geo restriction that is possibly there for some of these exchanges. So you probably need to use a different exchange. So I'm using MEXC. And if you click on sign up, and once you've signed up, if you go to your wallet and spot option, you will see that there is a Pi token showing up there. So you click on the Pi token, and the bottom of the Pi token, you will see there is an option called deposit. So you click on deposit, and then it will show your Pi address. Now don't copy this from someone else, because every person will have a separate Pi address for them in MEXC or in any centralized exchange. So and make sure that the network is also showing up as Pi network. For Pi, at the moment, there's only Pi network available. So copy this address and then come back to the Pi browser. In the Pi browser, click on the pay or request button. So when you click on the pay or request button, there will be an option to say manually add your wallet address. Select this option and paste the MEXC address or the address that you copied from there. And first, initially send about 10 Pi tokens or maybe 5 Pi tokens. And click on confirm the transfer will succeed. This is just to make sure that you're actually able to transfer to your own wallet. If by mistake you copied the wrong wallet or you made a mistake, it's always best to transfer a smaller amount and verify. It is like transferring to a bank account, right? If you're transferring a large amount like 2 lakh, 3 lakh rupees, you'll probably transfer like 100 rupees. Ask them, did you get it? And then you'll transfer the rest. Same process here. So then when you come into your MEXC or your centralized exchange, you should see your Pi arriving in for me it arrived in about less than 5 minutes. Then I can go in and I click on the trade button. I can convert it into USDT. Then you are able to immediately convert the whole thing, or keep part of it and convert a portion of it to USDT. But that is how you can transfer from your Pi browser using the open mainnet onto a centralized exchange and trade it. There is no decentralized exchange available for Pi at the moment. There could be an app that will be coming in the near future where bridging and trading can be enabled on a decentralized platform as well. So let's look at the frequently asked questions now. So the most frequent question is like, my Pi is stuck in migrate to mainnet. What will happen? So like I said before, right, in my understanding, there's only been one batch of token migration that happened potentially in January. And so of 2025. So if you have done the KYC from 2023 based on my video or in the last 2 years, then potentially your migration would have been done and be showing as green. If you've only done the KYC in the last few days or few weeks or after that first mainnet migration in January, then this step KYC completed, but your still mainnet migration is pending. So wait for it. After the KYC deadline passes, 14th of March 2025, I think there will be the second batch of migration that will run, which will bring all your available tokens or transferable tokens. It will bring it to the mainnet, like what I shown in my Pi browser. So you just need to wait for a couple of weeks till the 14th of March 2025 deadline. I cannot guarantee that it will happen at that point of time, but it will happen sometime after that point when the KYC deadline has passed and they're running the second batch of migration. I don't know exactly when the second batch of migration will happen. The second question is, my KYC is not happening, is getting stuck. Like I said, I put a Twitter post as well. The speed has increased dramatically right now. A lot of people had been doing mining on duplicate phones or like duplicate accounts or under 18s. If it's duplicate, then you will not pass a KYC. If it's under 18, I think it will just say that your KYC is done, and it's going to pause, and it's probably going to allow you to transfer after 18. I'm not so sure. I haven't done a KYC for an under 18 yet. But legitimately, if you've been mining on one phone and if you had only one account and you started the KYC process, most of them it has gone through. I will also show how, if you've already passed KYC, how you can help other people by participating in the KYC process. I am now participating in the KYC process. I am helping validate some of the other pioneers with a bit of guardrails with which Pi token team have built. So I'm actually helping speed up the KYC process for people who are waiting for their KYC to get done. So a decentralized KYC is happening, which means it is actually going a lot faster. So in fact, someone had posted today, or someone had posted on the Pi app saying that they passed their KYC in 57 minutes back in March 2024. So a lot of people are posting even today that their KYCs are getting passed very, very quickly. So I can even confirm someone in my own home was able to pass KYC in less than 1 day. So this, if it doesn't happen after after the 14th of March, then it is a bit unfair that if you have participated in it, initiated your KYC, and if it still doesn't happen, then it's a bit unfair. But if you've done it now, in 95% of the time, it should get passed. The other question is, once I said that you can do KYC for others, they're like, where do you do this? So you go to the Pi browser and you see a KYC button there. So if you click on it, you will see that there will be a button called Start Validating, and there will be a tutorial option there. You can take the tutorial, it will tell you what you need to supposed to do. So basically you are validating the photos of people that are submitting, whether the identity and the photo that they are submitting is matching, liveliness check, whether it's matching or not. Some people, what they've done is they've recorded or taken a video recording of somebody else and tried to use that as a liveliness check. So you can detect all these false KYC attempts. If it looks legitimate, you say it looks legitimate and it passes. And I think they're doing like a crowd based validation, that if the majority says that it's passed, they're taking it as a pass. What other exchanges can you use? So like I mentioned MEXC. So the approved KYB verified businesses that Pi Network has published, they might have updated this page, is OKX, Bitget, Gate.io, Pionex and MEXC. So these 5 exchanges you can go on, safely trade, safely deposit and safely trade on it. Then the unverified balance. This is probably one of the most asked questions. So this unverified balance, a transparent balance, is what you had mined on your phone. This is fully transferable once your KYC is complete. So for sure you will not lose it, because it comes to transferable, you will not lose it. The unverified balance is based on your referral team, people you have referred, and the security circle that you had created. Now, at the moment, it is saying that it's blanket saying that you will lose all your unverified balance if the people don't do their KYC. And so the countdown timer is still 14th of March 2025. Like I said, you will lose all your Pi because they have not done their KYC at this point of time. So I don't think people will lose all of the unverified balance, because quite a few people have done their KYC. Even some of my friends have done the mining circle, they've done the KYC. That screenshot is not mine, by the way, that's someone else's screenshot. So what I'm expecting to happen is that part of it for people who've been doing it in multiple phones, all the duplicate ones, or all of the ones that have not done KYC will get burnt. But you will get probably a portion of those from the people who would actively mined it. If that was from those referrals and those mining circle people, that should become transferable after the KYC deadline passes, is what I'm expecting. And this is, again, March 14th is Pi Day. If you're wondering why it is called Pi Day, Pi's mathematical value is 3.14 and it goes on. So 3.14 is 14th of March. So March 14th is celebrated as the Pi Day by this Pi team and is also by the Pi followers. So it's kind of coinciding with that Pi Day. That is why they've extended the migration deadline and the KYC deadline to 14th of March at this point of time. And you will see this in the mobile app as well if you log in. So one of the funnier questions I get is, my Pi token have got locked for 3 years unexpectedly. It's not unexpected. I mentioned it very, very clearly in episode 52. If you pay close attention to the video, saying that by default, the lockup settings go up to 3 years. And I recommended saying that don't leave it as 3 years, because then your tokens will get locked up for 3 years. Reduce it to a smaller period. The minimum that you can reduce it is 2 weeks. And the minimum that you can lock up is 25%. So I said I'm going to lock up 50% for 6 months. And you could have done varying degrees of lockup, but some people did not listen to that 30 seconds of the video, and they ended up locking it up for 3 years. And they said that, no, I never knew that there was a lockup of 3 years and I don't know how it happened. But that is, again, paying enough attention to it. This is a 15-20 minute process. If you just spend time and be a little bit more careful, you could have ended up not locking it for 3 years. But it might be beneficial on the longer run. If Pi goes up to $50, $100 in 3 years, then you might have it would have been a blessing in disguise for you. So it's a positive. Think about it as a positive scenario that it could go up. Again, if it doesn't go up, that's the problem. But this is where you need to make sure that you're not going and doing something in haste listen to the video carefully, listen to the instructions carefully, and do it properly next time if you're doing something, especially related to blockchain or crypto. What could Pi's dollar value become? This is $1 million question. So Pi had already gone up to $2.9. It's now trading below $2, around $1.6. In my episode 52, I said, the English version especially, I said the tokenomics resemble XRP because it's got 100 billion. Pi token total supply is 100 billion. XRP's total supply is also 100 billion. So I said tokenomics are resembling XRP, so it could be above $1 range because that was the value of XRP back then in 2023. Now XRP itself is trading around $2.25. It had gone up beyond that as well. So potentially that could have resulted in my opinion, that could have resulted in Pi token price because it's a comparable token, 100 billion supply. It's a comparable token and it's probably could have resulted in Pi's value being that much. Even I was surprised when it went about $2. Now two things can happen after March 14. What is going to happen after March 14 is a lot of people who've done KYC in the last few days, few weeks, few months, they will have their second batch migration happen. So a lot of new Pi tokens, transferable tokens will move to available balance and they will be able to sell it like the process that I've explained. So this could flood the market and depending upon the lockups, if some people had done 3-year lockup, they won't be able to sell it. But I'm expecting starting with a 2-week minimum lockup, people will be selling gradually. And so when a lot of these tokens are flooding the market and people are selling it, price could get down a little bit. But on the other hand, I'm expecting a lot of tokens to get burned because as so many people will not be able to do their KYC, especially for the fake accounts. If people have done multiple phones, 9-10 accounts they might have had, or the underage people, those tokens, part of it could get burned, or people have just simply forgotten it. Those tokens could get burned and potentially could result in 50% supply getting. But this is a hypothetical number. If there is a large token burn event, that could again attract some attention, and especially when large token burn events have happened for a token of this available supply or theoretical supply, because the supply is going down drastically, the market capital will probably kick in and the price impact could mean that the price could go up. So either of these things could happen. I expect the price probably sustains because of a compensation mechanism between the two options. But slowly over a period of time, the token's value could go up because we have not yet seen the usage of mainnet. DApps haven't started. We could potentially start seeing DApps. DeFi could kick in the blockchain. Speed of blockchain would be a critical factor. We haven't seen anything so far with regards to the speed of blockchain. So all of this slowly will probably start adding value to the blockchain. At the moment, it's in its infancy, and if it's managed to achieve this value, once the DeFi actually starts, it could actually attract more value. So that's my expectation. So again, try to answer almost all of the frequently asked questions. Hopefully this was useful to you. If you did mine it and if you did get benefit from my past video or 2023 video or my posts in Twitter, please do post a small comment in this video as well. This is what I've requested. It just gives a bit of motivation when I'm making a video like this. So until next time, thank you, bye.